Okay. All right. Welcome everybody. Satnam. Thank you for joining me on Zoom. We'll do a little flow class, little meditation at the end, and let's get started. I know I have some people who are less experienced in yoga, and they've kind of just started yoga since all of these videos have been available online. So that's awesome. You got to start somewhere. So even if something seems a little more difficult or challenging, if you can't do it today, just remember that with a consistent practice, you will be able to get all of those postures and poses and things. So let's start. We're going to start lying on our back. So lie on your backs. And we come into Supta Baddha Konasana, which is a reclined cobbler. So bring the soles of the feet together and draw the heels in towards you and let the knees fall out to the side like a butterfly. And then you can let your hands rest on the inside of the thighs. Or maybe left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. And then you're just going to start taking some nice deep breaths. In and out through the nose. If this is uncomfortable on your knees, if you have maybe some pillows from the couch or the bed, or if you have blocks available, you can also place blocks underneath those knees on the sides. And with each exhale, just letting the knees fall a little bit further towards the floor. And give me a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Another deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Give me one more like that. Deep inhale. And exhale, just let it go. And then bringing the hands to the outside of the thighs and knees. Slowly draw those knees in together. And then bring them into your chest. And just grab over the shins. And maybe a little rock right to left. Maybe a few circles in the low back going one direction. And then the opposite direction. And then go ahead and switch your grip behind the thighs. We're going to rock and roll the spine forward and back. So rocking and rolling. Keeping the chin tucked, never rolling on the neck. And give me one more of these. And go ahead and cross your ankles. Bring your hands forward. And make your way into a nice tabletop position on your mat. So your fingers are going to be spread wide under the shoulders. The knees are underneath the nose. Inhale, look up to that ceiling, arch that back. Exhale, round the back, blow the air outside the stomach, inch into the chest. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Last one. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Push through the floor. Engage that core. And then come to a neutral position. Go ahead and extend the right leg back. And then lift it up off the floor parallel to the floor. And then just start to stack the hips open. And bring your right hand to your hip. So you're coming into a nice modified side plank. That right hand stays on the right hip. And then maybe you extend it up to the ceiling, shifting your gaze up to the ceiling. Just holding this here, engage the core. And if you'd like to go further, bend that leg in the air back, grab that foot, and then a nice gentle kick into that hand, opening the chest towards the ceiling. Good. Release the leg. If you're bound, release the arm up. And then come back to all fours. Give me one more cat-cow here. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. And then go ahead and extend the left leg back. Lift it up parallel to the floor, engage your core. So really feel the lower abdomen drawing in, closing that rib cage off. And then just start to slowly stack the hips open and slowly drawing that left hand to your hip. If this is okay here, then extend the left arm up and maybe shifting the gaze up. If you want to go further, then bend that leg in the air back, grab that foot, and a nice gentle kick into the hand. So you're not kicking up, you're kicking to the side wall. Lift that chest, lift the gaze, hold it here. Breathing through the nose. And then release the leg and the arm and come back to all fours. Give me one more cat-cow. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Push through the floor, engage the core, empty the lungs. And then come to a neutral position. Tuck your toes under, lift the hips up, press back to a downward dog. And then you can go ahead and walk the dog, then one knee, then the other knee. And then inhale, rise up high on the balls of the feet. On the exhale, lower the heels back down. Inhale out to a high plank position. Hold this here. So find your high plank. Readjust your stance if you need to. The hands should be under the shoulders. Tuck the hips under. The abs are in. Upper back should be slightly rounded. Take another inhale here. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, rise up on the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower the heels down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower the heels back down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath here. You're just warming up those calves. Warming up the legs. And then go ahead and look forward. Walk your feet up to your hands. Your feet are going to stay hip width apart. Keep a slight bend in the knees. Grab opposite elbows, and this is called ragdoll. So grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. I'm sweating already. Good job, Jared. Good job, BB. And then release your elbows, hands go to the floor. Toe heel your feet together to touch. Inhale to a flat back and hold this here. So your fingertips can touch the floor but next to your toes. Or maybe the hands slide up the shins. Make sure the weight is in the balls of the feet, the neck is long, the abs are in. Take another inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach out to the side, reverse your swan dive, arms reach out and up, connect those hand palms together. And then exhale, bring your hands right to your heart center. And just close your eyes. Drop the chin a little. And take a moment of stillness here, feeling your feet rooted down. Engaging the legs. And we'll begin class today by chanting 1-0. So remember, chanting is not singing. You're trying to create a vibration in that upper nasal passage using your abdomen. So wherever you're at, exhale all the air completely. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Deep inhale, hold the breath. And then open the mouth side out. Slowly open the eyes, arms by your side, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over forward. Inhale, extend to that flat back. Exhale, just forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, arms reach out and up. And exhale, hands right to your heart center. Arms by your side, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to that high plank position. So find that high plank position. And then honor off your knees. Lower down halfway by bending the elbows back into your chaturanga. Your chest comes forward as you roll over the tops of the feet, coming to your upward dog. Shoulders press down. Lift the heart, chest, and chin. And then exhale, roll back over those feet as you press back into your downward dog. And find your breath here. See how everyone's doing. Good. Breathing in and out through the nose. Look forward towards your hands. Walk, jump, float, tiptoe the feet up to the hands. Toes and heels together. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Arms reach out and up. Connect those hand palms. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. And Tadasana. One more of those, Sun A. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, if you're ready to jump back, you land in a chaturanga or step back plank and lower down chaturanga on the same exhale. Inhale, big breath, upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. So if you're jumping back, you want to land in the chaturanga. That's the bent elbows. You want to use your elbows as springs instead of jumping back to a high plank where it can jar your shoulder, and over time, it can cause pain. Lift the right leg in the air, bend the knees, stack the hips over. Really extending the knee up to the ceiling. You can rotate that right ankle if you choose. And then extend the leg as high up to the ceiling as you can. On the exhale, bring that right knee to touch the right tricep. Switch it over to the left elbow. Bring it back to the right tricep. Switch it to the left elbow. Extend it back to the right tricep. Extend it back in the air, three-legged dog. Then inhale. On the exhale, bring the knee into your nose or your forehead. Hold it there. And then step it right between your hands. Find that nice long stance. So shift forward in the ball of the back foot. Good. And then lift the arms down and back to your runner's lunge. Good. So you're not resting on that front thigh. Your lunges, you're on the ball of the back foot. Good, Tom. Nice. And then from here, just slowly start to bring the arms down and forward and bring those biceps right up towards your ears. So you have a nice straight line from your fingertips to that back heel. And then bringing your hands to your heart center, step that back foot forward to meet the front and sit down into your chair. Holding this here. From here, keeping the toes and heels together, start to lift up on the balls of the feet as high as you can. And then sit down a little bit lower. Good. Nice. Warming up those legs, higher on the toes. More weight, big toe, second toe. Come down a little bit lower. Try to get the thighs parallel. Nice, Tom. Keep the ankles together. And then lower the heels and forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Move through your vinyasa, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, big breath, upward dog. And then maybe back to a chaturanga. And then a high plank. And then a downward dog. And find your breath here. And then inhale, lift the left leg up. Bend the knees, stack the hips open. So really engaging the core, closing that bottom rib. You can rotate the left ankle, little circles both directions if you did so on the other side. And then inhale, extend the leg as high up to the ceiling as you can. On the exhale, bring that left knee forward to touch the left tricep. And then switch it to the right elbow. Back to the tricep. Back to the right elbow. Back to the tricep. Extend it back, three-legged dog. Lift the leg. And then bring that knee in to touch the nose or forehead. Hold this here. And then gently step that foot right between the hands. Find that nice long stance. You're on the ball of the back foot. Engage your core, and then lift the body up on an angle, arms stretched by your sides, into your runner's lunge. Good. BB, bend your front knee more. And bring your body more forward. Jared, straighten out your back leg. Nice, Scott. Good, Kitty. Good, abs are in. And then start to bring the arms down and bring them right up, moving the biceps next to the ears, and find that nice, long, beautiful line. You have to try and get a 90-degree angle with that front leg. If the knee is going beyond the toes, it means you need a longer stance. Engaging the core, holding this here. Make sure you can lift all 5 toes of that front foot off of the floor. Bring your hands to your heart center. Step that back foot forward to meet the front and sit down into your chair. Good. And then one more time, start to rise up on the balls of the feet. You're a little bit more warm, so sit down a little bit lower. Try to bring those sides parallel. If you choose, maybe extending the arms up. Stay on the balls of the feet. Try to come all the way up to straight legs. Lower the heels and swan dive open. Woo. I'm sweating now. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands and move through your vinyasa. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth ever, so that was new. I never have done that before. Good. So everybody meets in a downward dog. If at any time you don't want to do any more chaturangas, you just step back downward dog. If at any time you want to add chaturangas, you're more than welcome to always add another chaturanga high plank and then transitioning. Good job, everyone. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Cross it over to the left elbow. Extend that leg out, come into a beautiful fallen triangle. You can stay here, or maybe you bend that right leg in and go for the big toe. Maybe you extend the foot just to the side, and then maybe you start to bring it all the way forward, looking underneath that armpit, into a variation of your flying compass. And release. Come to a high plank, keep the right leg in the air, lower down, chaturanga. Keep the right leg up, upward dog. Keep the right leg up, downward dog. And then lower the leg. Beautiful. Inhale. Lift the left leg up, and then cross it over to the right elbow. Extend it out on the floor, fallen triangle. So you have options here, right? Go as far as what's comfortable for you today. And then if you did so on the other side, try to turn this way. Bend that bottom, that left knee, and grab the big toe. Maybe you hold this here. Maybe you just extend it to the side wall. And then maybe you start to bring it all the way forward. Wherever you're at, engage the core, holding it there. And release. Step it back through. High plank, that left leg stays in the air, lower down, chaturanga. Keep the leg in the air, upward dog. Keep the leg in the air, downward dog. Lift that leg high and lower it down. Beautiful. And then look forward. Walk, jump, float the feet up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend deep into the knees, sweep those arms up into your Utkatasana chair pose. Your legs should be pretty warm for you to get in this right now. That little leg warm up we did. Yeah, I'm sweating. Court, I can't see you. Bend the knees and arms come up. Good. Sit down lower. If you choose, maybe connecting the hand palms together, gaze up towards them. Take an inhale, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, move through your vinyasa. Inhale, big breath, upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot forward between the hands. Drop the back heel. Come up to your warrior one. your Virabhadrasana A. So your back leg is straight and engaged. You're trying to bring that left hip forward to square it with the front hip. Your arms are by your ears, pinkies rotated in, shoulders down away from the back. Engage your core, hips slightly tucked, maybe connecting the hand palms, gazing up towards them. Take an inhale, exhale, release. Hands go down, just step back to your high plank, hold it. Toes and heels touch, and then stack your feet to the right. You can stay here. If you need to modify and lower that bottom knee like we did at the beginning of class, go for that. Maybe you lift that top leg off just a foot or two. Maybe you try and bend it behind you and grab and kick into it just like we did at the beginning of class. Then wherever you're at, bend that top leg up, lower it behind, come into your wild thing. So you have one leg straight and one leg is bent. So that top leg is bent, you're on the ball of that foot, and that arm is stretching back. Wild thing, wild child. I always like to roll my head in this one. Jolie, I know you like to roll your head too in that one. Good. And release, come to a high plank. Lower down chaturanga. Back to a high plank and stack your feet to the other direction. So again, take this in stages wherever you're at. Feet are stacked, right arm is up, press that left arm into the floor, lift the hips up. Whatever variation you did, maybe lifting the top leg up just a foot or two, bending it back, grab that foot, and a nice kick into that hand, opening the chest, just like we did in the beginning. If you need to modify, you lower that left knee down. Wherever you're at, bend that top leg up, and then drop it behind, come into your wild thing. Good. Remember, one leg is straight, one leg is bent. Lift the chest. Good, BB. Don't give up, Jared. And release. Come to a high plank. And just take a downward dog. Oh, that was nice. Oh. That was so nice of me just to say downward dog, right? Look forward towards your hands. Walk, jump, float, handstand, whatever you have up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend deep into the knees, sweep those arms back up to your Utkatasana chair. You gotta sit down low. And then bring your hands to your heart center and just shift the weight into that left foot. Stay low in the legs and just bend that right leg up, coming to your flamingo. So the shin is parallel to the floor. The toes are flexed down to the floor. Good. And then keep your hands in prayer. Just start extending that right leg back, coming into your warrior three. And then start to bring that knee back in, bend that left leg again, come back to your flamingo. And then bring that leg through to a 90-degree angle. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, take the right arm under the left, cross the elbows and at the wrist. Inhale, exhale, sit down into that left leg, and you cross that right leg over, coming into your eagle. So if you're unable to do the double cross with the legs, that's perfectly fine. Just do one wrap. You just point your toes in the direction that you want them to go. If you're unable to double wrap the arms, one wrap is fine, maybe grabbing the thumb, or you're one of those guys that has some really big muscular shoulders. Just grab opposite shoulders. Again, most of us are used to the heated room, so you might not be as open as you normally are with a little bit of Good. Sit down a little bit lower. Keep your eagle arms. Release that right leg back to a 90-degree angle. Flex your toes. And then start bringing the knees together first and start extending it back, coming back into that warrior three with your eagle arms. Start bending into that front leg and step back to your long lunge position. Lower the back knee, flatten that foot. Inhale, lift the beak up, and then exhale, press the hips forward. And just give me a nice little back bend here. See what everyone's doing. If it's too much to keep the eagle arms, you can bring the hands to the thighs. You can extend them up behind the back. But try, right? If you've never tried this move. But you gotta press the hips forward. Make sure that front knee's not going beyond the toes. Inhale, bring the body back up. Tuck the back toes, lift that knee up, coming back into that lunge. Keep your eagle arms, and then just start extending forward again. Stretch the eagle beak forward. Keep your eagle arms, step that back foot forward, and forward fold. So now, you're letting that right arm press into that left arm. Let the head hang down. This should just feel good on the shoulders. So normally we're up, we're pulling the shoulders down. Now let those shoulders go to the ears. Jared, where are you going? And then release your eagle arms. Take your feet inner hip width apart. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side. Lengthening the upper body over the legs. So the weight stays into the balls of the feet. Beautiful. Nice, everyone. Breathe. You have to super engage your core. So hollow out that lower abdomen. Shoulders up away from the ears. Keep trying to straighten the legs and contract your quads. Nice, kitty. And release. Bakasana crow. Separate the fingers. So this is an arm balance. Separate the fingers shoulder width. And then bend the knees and put the knees high up in the back of the arms. I just spit on the computer. Yeah. Slowly shifting forward. Nice. Where's Isaiah? Good. And then if you can, shoot back chaturanga. Nice, BB, I saw that. Inhale, upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. But BB, you gotta land in a chaturanga, not high plank. Got it? He's like, yeah. Good. And then, did I do left side? Oh, warrior one. Not left. Step your left foot forward between the hands, drop that right heel, warrior one on the left. That was a long excursion and I didn't know how to come back from it. So now we're in warrior one on the left. I'm not following any sort of protocol here. Good, so warrior one, be aware of your back foot, right? Turn those back toes a little bit forward to wherever you're facing. And then make sure you're not rolling in on the arch of the back foot. If you choose, you can connect the hand palms together, maybe gaze up towards them. Take an inhale. And exhale, release. Hands go down. And go through your vinyasa, whatever you choose. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Yes. Huh? Yeah, I know that part, but I was like, And then go ahead and look forward. Walk, jump, float, tiptoe the feet up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Then deepen in the knees and sweep those arms up. Utkatasana chair pose. I've actually taught a class every day this week. I'm sort of losing it a little. So sit down lower. Arms are up. Good. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Sit down a little bit lower. Shift the weight into that right foot and leg. And then just bend that left leg up, coming into your flamingo. So keeping the knees squeezed together, sit down lower in the right leg. Flex the foot. Good. Keep your hands at your heart center. Just lead with the heel and start extending back, coming into your warrior three. Holding this here. And then start bending that knee. Bring that knee back into your flamingo. The knees connect. Feel that right booty on fire. And then swing that leg through. Bring that leg to a 90-degree angle and straighten that right leg. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, left arm under the right. Cross at the elbows and at the wrists. Inhale, exhale, sit down into that right leg, and then cross that leg over the right as high as you can. So you want to cross the leg high at the growing area, right? The higher you cross it up here, the easier it will one day be to wrap that foot. You might not have a mirror, so you have to try and feel if your shoulders are level and the hips are level. Good. Breathing calm. Sit down lower. Upper body back. Abs in. Keep your eagle arms and release that left leg back to a 90-degree angle. Straighten that leg. Keep that foot flexed and start extending it back, coming back into your warrior 3 with your eagle arms. Keep stretching your feet forward. And then step that leg back to your long lunge. Lower the back knee, flatten out that back foot. Inhale, arms lift up. And then exhale, press the hips forward. And then start stretching your feet towards the back. Again, if that's not comfortable for you, you can release your eagle arms and bring them to your thigh. But try, just try. You never know what's possible until you try. Breathe here. Press the hips forward. Make sure the knee's not going past the toe, that front knee. Keep your eagle arms. Inhale, bring the body up. Tuck the back toes. Lift that knee off, coming back into your lunge. And then just start extending that body forward again and start stretching your eagle beak forward. Keep your eagle arms. Step that back foot forward to meet the right and forward fold. This should feel very good. Now just let that left arm really press into the back of that right arm. Let the head hang down, no tension in the neck. Nice, Jared. Good, kitty. Breathe here, abs in. And then release your arms. Take your feet back to that inner hip width apart. Padahastasana Gorilla. So slide the hands underneath the front of the feet. Stepping on the entire quad. So you want to pretend like you're taking your pulse with your big toe, right? You want your big toe to touch that inside of that wrist. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, bend the elbows out to the side. And lengthen your upper body over the legs. Nice. Let the head hang down, no tension in the neck. Nice, Tom. Good. Engage the shoulder blades. Suck the abdominals in as tight as you can. You want to keep trying to straighten the legs and contract the quads, but keep the knees bent as much as you need to in order to keep your stomach glued to the thighs. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Pull a little bit more. And release. You have a second chance for another crow. If you'd like to do a crow tripod headstand crow, go for it. So fingers spread wide, knees up in the back of the arms. Bringing the big toes to touch, or maybe you lift one toe off on the other toe. If you're transitioning into your tripod, extending both legs up. If you're in your tripod, keeping the legs together, maybe lower them halfway down. Bring them back into the back of the arms. Try to transition back into your crow. Press through the floor. And then everybody chatter on. Inhale, big breath, upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. And breathe here. Give me a big inhale. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Good. How are you guys doing? Can I get a thumbs up? Scott's like, I need water. Thumbs up. Good. Thanks, Isaiah. You good, Court? Everybody's in downward dog. Go ahead and walk the dog out. Right, left, right, left. And then inhale, lift the right leg up high. Exhale, touch the right knee to the right tricep. Hold it there or transition into your running man. Step it back, inhale, right leg back up. Exhale, bring the knee into the nose. And then step that foot between the hands, drop that back heel, and then windmill the arms up, coming into your warrior two. So your warrior two, you're a little bit more open than the warrior one. Your back foot, the toes are facing to the side, the front foot exactly forward. Make sure your knee is tracking over that foot. Abs are in, hips are under. Your dristy, where your eyes are, right out the middle finger of that right hand. Flip that front hand, inhale, reverse your warrior. Just nice lateral stretch. No weight on the knee, on that back knee with that hand. So just gently tap it there. You might be able to find it. Go for the inside of that thigh. And then release, bringing that right hand inside of that foot, coming into your extended side angle. So releasing that left arm, looking underneath that armpit. If you have a bind, maybe taking the arm in the air behind the back and binding. If you have a full bind, go for it. Edie, that's really good. Open the upper body. If you have a birds of paradise, go ahead and step your back foot forward to meet the front. Slowly shifting that weight into the left leg, slowly engaging the core, coming up. Nice, BB. Good, Jolie. If you're all the way to standing, maybe straightening that right leg. Slowly coming back out, trying to hold the bind the entire way. Step back to your extended side angle. And then inhale, come all the way up, reverse your warrior, lift up and back. And release. Windmill the arms down and move through your vinyasa. High plank, chaturanga, chin stand, switch kicks, whatever you choose. And meeting in a downward dog. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Touch the left knee to the left tricep. If you want to transition to your running man, go for it. Ooh, flip my face. Maybe straighten out that left leg that's on the arm. And then step back, inhale that left leg back up. And then bring the knee into the nose, round that back. And then step that foot between the hands, drop that back heel. And then windmill the arms up, coming in to your warrior two. So really try to get that nice 90-degree angle with that front leg. Good. Hips under, abs in. Flip that front hand. Inhale, reverse your warrior, lift up and back. If you wrap that arm around that thigh, or maybe just wrap it around the inside of that leg, but no weight on that back knee. And release, coming into your extended side angle. So right fingertips can come to forward in front of that foot, maybe behind the foot. That right arm stretches over your ear, look under that armpit. Engage that right shoulder blade, bend the knee more. And then maybe bind, maybe just first take that top arm behind, see how that feels. Then if you can, take that other arm underneath that thigh and grab hands, but lift the body up and rotate, look back. Then if you have a birds of paradise, step your right foot forward to meet the left, engage your core, and slowly coming up. Opening the chest, shoulders level. If you're all the way up, straightening that leg. Smile. Bend it back in. Slowly lower down. Try to hold the bind. Transition back into that bound position. Come back to your extended side angle. And then inhale, come up, reverse your warrior, lift up and back. And release. Windmill the arms down. And move through your vinyasa, switch kicks, chin stands, whatever you want to do, go for it. Nice, everyone. I'm sweaty. Oh, God, I stepped on my tongue. I'm almost way down. Hold your downward dog. If you need a child's pose, lower to your knees. And press your hips back to your heels. And just stretch back. If you can stay in your downward dog, stay. Tom, how you doing? Awesome. Take a big inhale. Open the mouth side out. And then everybody meet in downward dog if you're not there already. Look forward towards your hands. Walk, jump, float the feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Arms reach out and up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. And then bring your left hand to your hip. Your right arm extends forward. Flex that right foot and see if you can lift that right leg up and grab the big toe. If that's too much for you, you can bend the knee up. You can reach down, grab the big toe, and extend that foot forward. Pulling that right shoulder back. Extend the left arm up. Reach forward, try and grab the outside of that right foot, and then extend that right arm all the way back. We're really trying to open and twist. Maybe you shift your gaze to the side wall, maybe all the way to that back thumb. Bring the gaze back forward. Bring that right arm down and up. Hold the leg. And then reach down and grab that foot, put it high up on your inner thigh. If that's not possible today, just bring it to that lower thigh. And then extend both arms up to a nice V, coming into your tree. If you have a different arm variation you'd like to do here, go for it. Just not at your knee joint or above or below. You guys are awesome. Good job, Isaiah. Good job, Tom. And then connect the hand palms together over the head. Bring your hands back to your heart center. Bring that leg forward, come back to that 90-degree angle. Inhale, extend the leg out, hold it. 3, 2, 1, bend it back. Extend it out, hold it. 3, 2, 1, bend it back. One more time, extend it out, hold it. 3, 2, 1, slowly lower it down. And forward fold. Beautiful. Woo, good job. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, reverse your swan dive. Arms reach out and up. Exhale, bring your hands right to your heart center. Bring your right hand to your hip. Extend that left arm out. Kiss fingers together. I like to extend that left leg first, flex the foot, and then try to extend it all the way up and go for that big toe. I just got a cramp in my quad. Again, if that's too much, you can come up with a bent knee, and you can keep holding the knee from the outside like this, right? Or you reach down, go for the big toe, and extend forward. Lifting the leg up, pulling that left shoulder back, extend the right arm up, and then reach it forward, go for the outer edge of that foot, slowly extending the left arm back. And then maybe shifting your gaze. Let me see how you guys are doing. Maybe to the side, maybe all the way to that back thumb. Good, BB, keep trying. I see you. Slowly bring the gaze back forward. Sweep that left arm down and up. Hold the leg out there. And then reach down with the left hand, grab that foot, and place it high up on your inner thigh for a retreat. Again, if it is not going up there, just lower it down. And then extend that arm back up, and any arm variation you choose to do. I like to do this like a heart. I like to do like a heart on my head. So work on your standing leg, right? Make sure the foot is nice and grounded, and make sure that right quad is engaged and lifting up. If you have a different arm variation, yeah, do whatever you want. You don't want to do my heart from the head. Everyone does this little small heart. I'm doing a big heart. And then connect the hand palms back together. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bring that knee forward. Release it 90-degree angle. Here we go. We got 3 of these. Inhale, extend the leg out. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Bend it back in. Extend out. 3, 2, 1. Engage your core. Bend it back in. One more time. Extend it out. 3, 2, 1. Bend it back in. Lower the leg down. Release the arms to Tadasana. Let's take a breath. Inhale. Yeah, I did something different the other side. And exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. If you don't want a vinyasa anymore, just step back downward dog. Nice, Tom. And breathe here. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Step that foot between the hands. And then windmill the arms up. Come back to your warrior 2 position. And then inhale, transition to a nice starfish. So the arms are out at an angle. Spread the fingers wide, jazz hands. And the toes are slightly turned out. Take an inhale here. Exhale, squat down, coming into your horse. Inhale, back up, star. Exhale, come back to your horse. Inhale, come back up, star. Exhale, come back to your horse. Hold this here, maybe a little shift side to side. And then start to lift up on the balls of the feet as high as you can. Come down a little bit more. Tuck the hips under, abs in, and little pulses. Higher on the toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it low, higher on the toes. Lower the heels, inhale, star. And then exhale, horse. And then release the right elbow inside of that right knee for your goddess on the right. So you can hold this here, or maybe take that top arm around and just bind and go for the inside of that thigh. If you have a full bind, wrap that arm around and bind this way. Wherever you're at, start to look down towards your right foot. Start to shift forward. Start to straighten that right leg and try to transition into your bound Ardha Chandrasana. So if you're only on one hand bound, you bring your fingertips to the floor. If you don't have any hand bound, both arms are up. So if you're bound, everybody release both arms. And then see if you can bend that top leg and bind and give a nice little kick into there. So wherever you're at, just hold that there. I'm sweating. Good, BB. If you're bound, release that straight leg. Good. And then start to bend that knee, lower that leg behind, coming back into your star. Both arms reach up. And then exhale, come back to your horse. Good. And then goddess on the left. So bringing that left elbow inside of that knee, looking up to that top arm, nice diagonal line. Again, maybe you just wrap that first arm and go in that thigh, grabbing the inside of that left thigh. Maybe you can bind completely, but you want to bend in both knees. Then look down to the left foot, start transitioning onto that left leg, straightening the left leg, and seeing if you can come into your bound half moon. Maybe you have one hand down. You're just bound with that top arm. And then wherever you're at, everybody release both arms. And then see if you can bend that top leg. Reach around, grab that foot and kick. Maybe you super engage the core and float that bottom hand off of the floor. If you're bound, release. And then come back into your strong. Inhale up. Exhale back to your horse. Turn your left toes to the back wall, open up warrior two. And release. Windmill the arms down, move through your vinyasa. Maybe adding in another chaturanga. Maybe. Or not. And then everybody meets in downward dog. Now you should be facing the opposite direction. Yeah, that happened. And then inhale, lift the right leg up. And step it forward between the hands. And windmill the arms up, come back to your warrior two. Straighten that right leg, turn the toes in. And then pigeon toe the feet slightly. I did it this way so you look at our booties. Not really. And raise your hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, lead with your chest. And forward. So now I can talk to you through my legs. Good, so let the arms and hands come over the head. Keep engaging the quads. Make sure you're not sitting in the heels and just pushing the knees back and hyperextending. And then release your grip and just give me ragdoll arms. Grab opposite elbows. If your forehead is already touching the floor, then shorten your stance. Move your feet closer together. Good. If your forearms are just resting and the head's already touching, you gotta shorten your stance. Work on straightening the legs and contracting your quads. Good, Jared. Good, Clark Kent. And then go ahead and wrap your hands around your feet. I couldn't find my words. Slide your hands underneath your heels or grab the outer edge of your feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. And then exhale, bend the elbows back around the shins and calves, hopefully to touch. Good, Kitty. Shoulders up away from the ears. Wow, Kitty, look at your muscles. You too, Isaiah. Good, let the head hang down. Contract your quads, right? The more you can contract your quads, the more those hamstrings will release. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Pull one more time. And release. Arms come up to the side. Engage your core. Come up with a straight spine. Turn your left toes forward to the front of the room. Coming back to your warrior two. And release. Windmill the arms down. Step back to your high plank. Lower down chaturanga. Stay with me. Inhale to your upward dog. Go back to a chaturanga. Back to a high plank. Back to a chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Back to a chaturanga. Back to a high plank. And downward dog. That was a listening test. And find your downward dog. Just breathe here. Again, if you need a child's pose at any time, take a child's pose. It's okay. You okay, Clark Kent? He said no. Good. Said good. You're not okay, and I said good. So from your downward dog, just walk it out a little right, left, right, left. Give me a big inhale. And then sigh it out. One more big inhale. And then exhale, sigh it out. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg up. And then bring that knee in between your hands. And then draw that back knee right up behind it. So get your knees stacked right on top of each other. And you try to look at your feet and make sure that they're even out to the sides, right? And then slowly start to come back into your Uttanasana. So you want to try to bring that bottom foot a little bit more forward so the feet are even on each side. So you don't want one foot way back and this foot out. You want to try to get them out even. Good. So you can stay like this and just inhale and exhale and just start extending over that leg. I like to think about my chin going out over my knee and hooking over, trying to keep a nice straight spine. If you'd like, you can bring your right arm behind. You can reach around, take that left hand, and give a little pressure. Start walking those fingertips right down your spine. If you can do the other arm variation, take your left arm behind and grabbing that hand. I can do it on this side, but not the other. Good. Wherever you're at, if you have this hand grip and you can keep it, you can also extend forward here. So trying to keep a nice straight spine and feel those hips opening. It's really good for the hips. So wherever you're at is perfect. But try and keep your sit bones grounded. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly walking yourself back up. Good. And then slowly just extending one leg out and then the other leg out. And just walk it out a little. Paschimottanasana, arms stretch out. And then exhale, extend forward. Inhale. Exhale, extend forward. Grab the outer edge of the feet. Inhale, lengthen that spine, abs in. And then exhale, lengthen over the legs. Engage the quads, toes flex back. So try to keep a nice straight spine. So you want to keep your gaze forward towards your toes. Good. Flex your feet back. Try to straighten the legs. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale and extend. And release. Slowly come up. Good. Start to sit back on your sit bone spine. Your Navasana, your boat pose. So lifting the legs up, and then maybe bringing the hands behind your thighs and use that to lift the chest a little bit higher. Now you can keep the legs bent here at a 90-degree angle or straighten them, and then maybe releasing the hands, holding it here. Take an inhale, exhale, low, low, low. Inhale up, exhale, low, low. Inhale up, exhale, low, low. Two more. Inhale up, exhale, low, low. Inhale up, exhale, low, low. Inhale up, cross your ankles, press your hands to the floor, lift the boots off, and then transition to a high plank or downward dog. Move through your vinyasa. And downward dog. Good. And then inhale, lift the left leg up. And then bring that knee right between the hands in the center of your mat. And then draw that right knee right up behind it. So again, if you can't see me, you want to line your knees up and get your feet even out to the sides. And then slowly start to bring the hips back. Make that sound. Good. So then do whatever arm variation you did on the other side. So you can simply stay like this. This might be enough. I'm feeling it big time. Maybe extending forward. Again, try to come forward with the straight spine. I think about taking my chin and hooking it out, lengthening it over that leg. Maybe take that left arm behind and just get a beautiful tricep stretch here. You can put a little pressure. And then maybe you can't do this one. That's as far as my arm goes. So wherever you're at, inhale, exhale, coming all the way forward. Hello, pretty good. Good. Holding this here. Couple more breaths. No, sit. No, get back. He's going to take everything down. And release. Then slowly coming back up. And then slowly just extending one leg again, other leg again. Wiggle it out, right, left, right, left. And then bend the feet up and come into a nice reverse tabletop. Lift the hips up. Drop the head back. Holding this here. My reverse tabletop, extend the legs, the right leg up, and then cross it over that left thigh, just into a nice figure four position. Holding this here. Keeping that figure four, lower the hips back down, and then just draw that left foot closer in, and then start using your hands behind you to lift that chest up to that shin. Right? So this is another hip opener here. If you feel comfortable here, you might be able to weave that right arm between and do an upright threading the needle. So staying where it feels good for you today. Maybe if that feels good, I like to wrap my arms underneath that right shin and straighten that left leg out. And then you can give it a little rock side to side. If you'd like to transition into an 8-angle arm balance, you're more than welcome to do that also. If you're like, what is that? I'll try and show you. So you're going to go ahead and take that knee behind and drape it over the top of that right arm, placing that right arm to the side. Your left arm comes down flat, you're going to lean forward. You're first going to engage your core, lift the glutes up, lift that leg up. Then cross your ankles. You're going to squeeze your inner thighs into that right arm, extending them out to the side. And then coming back up, extending the leg, and then lowering back down. Wherever you're at is perfect. Good. And then everyone release that right foot inside of that thigh, and count the arms up. And round forward, reach out over that left foot. Bend the elbows to the side of the calf, tuck your chin in, and bring your forehead to your knee. Phoebe, did you do the 8-angle arm balance? No, it's like no. Just bring them through here. Yeah, perfect. And release. Good. When I release, I think that was the right leg on the inside. Keep that right leg straight. Walk it out a little, right, left, right, left. And then bend the knees up, coming back into that reverse tabletop. Your hands come about 10 inches behind you. Lift the hips up first. And drop the head back. Just hold this here. And then extend that left leg up to the ceiling. Flex your foot. And then cross it over that right thigh into your figure four. Keep that figure four. Start to lower the hips back to the floor. And then turn your fingers the opposite direction and press into the floor. And lift that chest up towards that left thigh. Flex the foot. Again, if you're upright and that feels good, like you're not going to fall back, you can take that left arm in between and grab that shin and pull that in. Again, going in stages. If that feels good, you can start to straighten the right leg and then just put that shin in your forearms and elbows. And maybe a little rock side to side. If you want to do your 8-angle on this side, again, Bringing that knee behind, draping that leg over that top of that left arm. Plant your hands, press to the floor, lift the glutes up, leg comes out straight, cross the ankles, squeeze the inner thighs into that arm. Come back around, and then lower down. Stretching both legs out. Good, then sit back on those glutes, bring those legs back up, coming back into your Navasana boat. Again, stay here with bent knees, maybe release the arms, maybe straighten. Inhale, exhale, lower down, low boat. Inhale up, low boat. Inhale up, low boat. 3 more. Inhale up, low boat. Inhale up, low boat. Last one. Inhale up, low boat. Hold it here. Come up a little bit higher. For 3, for 2. Lower the upper body, lift the legs up, and then take your feet over your head to your plow. So I'm gonna give you a few options here. I know I have some beginners. So you're trying to get your feet over your head to touch the floor behind you. Good, Clark. So if you'd like to go into shoulder stand, you bring your hands to the middle of your back, fingers up, lifting one leg, then the other leg. Bibi, you want to try a tripod? If you have a headstand, a tripod, or a traditional headstand, so tripod, you're making the 3 points, right, between the head, the crown of the head, and the hands. Or traditional, you interlace your fingers, you make a little triangle with your forearms and hands, and you put your head in between there. You want to try a tripod, Bibi? Good. So if you've never done a tripod, I'll kind of walk you through it. I feel like that's kind of the easier one of the two for people to get. So just going over a tripod real quick, the way I was taught was starting on your knees. And I taught it this way at Home Fest a few years back, and I had a lot of people afterwards tell me they had never done a headstand for that day. So just try to stay with me and remember it takes time. You have to be patient. So spread your hands and bring your hands next to your knees and thighs. Then, if you want to watch it real quick, you're going to bring the crown of your head down to touch the floor in front of your knees. So what people make is sometimes they come to the forehead. So if you're on your forehead and you put pressure in your head, you're going to crank your neck, right? So you're going to make sure you're on the crown of your head, the very top of it. You're balancing a book there, like when you went to is it beauty school? Charm school. So you want to pretend like that's the part of the head that you want to be on the floor. And you also want to make sure it's far enough forward to where you have a tripod, a triangle between the fingers, the crown of the head. So you're going to bring the head down, lift the hips up. You're going to tuck the toes and straighten the legs, kind of like as if you're just coming into a downward dog, but you're on your head. Make sure the arms don't flare out or they don't come way up here by the head, right? You have to keep the weight in the palms and in the hands. Walk the feet forward. Maybe put one knee and shin across the back of one arm and the other knee and shin across the back of the other, holding it here. And then, if you start to feel comfortable, you just slowly start to maybe lift one leg off and then bring it back. Always using control. And then the other leg back. And eventually, you'll just start lifting both feet off the floor, keeping the weight in the hands. So you should be able to lift up and down off the back of the arm with control, with single legs before you try double legs. Wow, Court, good job. Good, Bibi. Remember, if you let your hands come up next to your head, you're not going to have that sturdy tripod position. Good job. Wow, everyone's in headstands. This is awesome. Good, Edie. Bibi, that's really good. Eventually, when you're in a good tripod, you'll learn to come up with straight legs together using your core and lowering up and down. But again, when you're first starting out, you don't have to go right into it. Learn to build your postures, building strength and building and having control so you don't fall and get hurt. Awesome. So wherever you're at, let's just meet on our backs. So lie down. Just wrapping it up here, arms by your side. And then draw both knees in, maybe opening up to a nice happy baby. A little rock right to left. And then release your left leg straight out on the floor, bring the right knee in. Interlace the fingers 2 inches below the knee, pull it out, avoid the rib cage and into your shoulder curve when we're moving on the right. Massaging your ascending colon. And then bring your left hand to the outside of that knee, release the right arm to the side in a nice gentle twist. Just looking over that right shoulder. Slowly bringing the head back center, bringing the knee back up, and extending the right leg out. Bring the left knee in, interlace the fingers 2 inches below the knee. Pull it out, avoid the rib cage back down into the shoulder. Massaging your descending colon on the side. And then take the right hand to the outside of the left knee, extend that left arm to the side, and then a nice gentle twist. More important to keep the shoulders down than how far the knee goes to the side. And then coming back center, draw both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze, maybe grabbing opposite elbows over those shins. And then grab behind your thighs, start to rock and roll your spine forward and back. Give me 3 or 4 of these. And then roll yourself up and find yourself in a nice seated, easy pose. So whatever's comfortable for you. I'm sitting on a block. If you have a block or a pillow, go ahead and cross your legs. You can bring your hands to your knees, palms up or palms down. Palms down a little bit more grounding, palms up, maybe connecting the pointer fingers and the thumbs in your mudra a little bit more, receiving mudra. And then close your eyes. Drawing the chin slightly back to the neck. Creating a nice straight spine. Take the shoulders, roll them up and back. And just focus on your breath. So in Kundalini Yoga that I also teach, we have a beautiful mantra. One of my favorite mantras called Om Gam Gana Patehe Namaha. Basically means we are bowing down to the Lord that removes obstacles. We're saluting Ganesha. Lord Ganesh is known as the remover of obstacles. So my friend and I have been doing a 40-day challenge. We were doing this mantra, going 3 times through a mala. The mantra is a little long, a little difficult to teach online, but there's a beautiful Sanskrit word, gam, which gam is for removing obstacles and blockages and bringing wisdom into your life. So Ganesha is highly recognizable because he has the elephant head. with the human body, so representing the soul, the Atman, and the physical Maya. And Ganesha is also associated with wisdom and writing and travel and commerce, and overcoming many obstacles throughout his life is why he's now known as the remover of obstacles. So I hope you will stay online with me. We are going to do a quick chanting of Gam through one round of my mala. If you don't have a mala, it's okay. You can leave your hands as they are. I also like to bring them into Buddha Mudra, which is resting the right palm and the left, connecting the tips of the thumbs. So your eyes are closed. Take an inhale and exhale, and we'll begin. Gam, 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 Gam. Inhale, hold the breath, and put in your mind whatever obstacles you need to remove from your life. And exhale. Another deep inhale. Think about those walls that we've built up around us our whole lives. Think about removing those so that your light can shine bright from within. And exhale. And one more deep inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And put the one thing in your mind that's holding you back, the one obstacle that you need to remove, that you have the power to change. You just have to choose to change it. And exhale. Just taking a moment with yourself, remaining still. Keeping the eyes closed, rub those hand palms together. And those hands in prayer, bring them right into your heart center. Bow the chin slightly. If you only carry one thing throughout your entire life, let it be hope. Let it be hope that better things are always ahead. Let it be hope that you can get through even the toughest of times. Let it be hope that you are stronger than any challenge that comes your way. Let it be hope that you are exactly where you are meant to be right now, and that you are on the path to where you are meant to be. Because during these times, hope will be the very thing that gets you through. Keep those hands in prayer. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. One more time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows, your third eye. And thank you all for sharing yourselves with me. I'm so blessed to be able to be here and still continuing to teach. I'll see you all again very soon. Have a beautiful and blessed night. Namaste.